I actually hated the idea that I have to reach out to people.
Yeah.
Usually I was very used to, if you don't make sales, if you don't do this,
You have to go yourself with people, convince people.
You will not make. What kind of lifestyle? I just didn't like it. If people are not interested in what I'm doing, I won't make money.
Yeah.
I hated that idea, but the idea that I could actually just trade from my room, without talking to anybody,
and just generate your own money.
That idea just made me like, you let me go into this, and this is what I want.
So as at the point where you started considering forex trading to be like your way out, now what was the progression? When did it all make sense in the forex?
So I demonstrated for a month, and I saw the amount I made. I was like, yeah.
So I feel recover like this.
Yeah. In 1 month, the next month I deposited 1 million naira, which was $2,000 then.
Okay.
And boom, in a minute.
Dear traders, the impact of belonging to an active forex trading community cannot be overemphasized. A community where you have access to proper information, chart breakdown, forex trading insight, and materials that will help in improving your forex trading skills. Now, in the description of this video, you will find a link to my free Telegram community. And in this community, you have access to chart breakdowns, weekly market analysis, necessary information and insight to help you improve your forex trading skill. Now, let's dive right in.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Forex Trading Straight Talk Podcast, the fastest growing podcast in this part of the world. And thanks to you for your comments, your engagement, and your general involvement in this. And I really want to appreciate you. So on this episode today, I'm so very, very happy to have one of Nigeria's finest forex trader. He's so successful. We all, learn from him in the forex trading space, and I'm very, very, very pleased to have DAX himself in the studio today. Thank you very much for honoring my invitation, DAX. I really appreciate it.
Good stuff.
All right. We're just going to dive right into the podcast, and of course, I want to know. First of all, I want to know how you came about the word DAX. Is it your name, or how was it coined? I want to hear from the horse's mouth.
Well, to give you a pretty short, that's my real name.
Your real name?
Yeah, of course. It's in my passport. It's even what do they call it? A name that is known as like a government name. Yeah.
So your parents gave birth to you, and on the day of christening, they named you DAX.
Pretty much. DAX is one of the names, but a lot of people actually know me as IODG.
Okay.
But then DAX is just a name. It's just one of the names. I'm also Joshua. I mean, we have Nigerians, so we're actually able to different names here. But DAX is just like the name that I think I preferred growing up.
Okay.
So growing up, yeah, of course. But DAX is my real name. But it's just the name I got used to growing up. I told everyone to start calling me DAX, but my mom pretty much probably said call me Deji. The people that knew me from 2010, when I was pretty much very young, they still know me as Deji. I'm a Deji. But then people, not just the forex space, people who have known me from 2015 upwards, they call me DAX.
Okay, so have you bothered to check the meaning of the name?
Of course.
Or origin? Is it English?
To be very honest, to be very fair, yeah. DAX actually means it means leader. It means a leader, yeah. And that's just one of the meaning of DAX. And also DAX is a French name.
Okay.
Also derived from German. It's also part of German as well, yeah. So it's actually a French name, and it's mostly used for baby boys.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's it. And DAX, to be very honest, DAX, that name, kind of it has I think a bit of an impact in my journey so far.
It resonates so well with what you're doing.
Being a leader, to be very honest, bro, like every area of my life, I've always been a leader.
Yeah.
To be very honest. So I think name has, compared to just being called, Hayodeji means double blessings, yeah. Of course, how my blessings actually coming too.
Yeah.
Like,
and I actually like the way you actually made the name to be like a brand. Like,
of course, yeah.
And it's involved in even other part of the businesses as well.
All part of business. It's like the mother of them all. I feel like, because I have a fashion brand as well. So I feel like, looking for a different name or kind of different thing. When DAX kind of like, it makes a lot
of the influence you can also rub on other businesses without wasting too much.
Exactly. Plus the fact that it's actually a very simple name, because people know me for being a very simple man, and even my trading system as well is very, very simple. So just bringing that simple name, when people just ask, what are you wearing, DAX?
Yeah.
That kind of vibe.
Just one syllable.
Yeah. It's pretty much easy to even recognize me. I go, when I'm driving away, we say, that's DAX. Compared to saying, this is critical FX. FX. Nah, just DAX.
And I think it's unique. Not so many people bear the name DAX.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. So I also wanted to run me through your background. Yeah. Not like Forex, not like your family background, like how you grew. Just want to know more about you.
Family background. I don't think I actually talk about that.
Okay.
But I don't know.
You grew up in Nigeria?
I grew up, of course. I'm more Yoruba. So yeah, I grew up in Nigeria. I grew up in Lagos, but I grew up like in different places. I never really stayed with my parents all through. So which is one of the reasons why I think I'm quite different from my other siblings. I am, going through hard times, not really hard times, but definitely hard times, because I will call those period hard times because my other siblings were at home with my parents enjoying.
Okay.
While I was being maltreated with other people. Okay. So I thought it was maltreatment, but these guys are actually preparing me for my future, yeah. So I really didn't like live with my parents and all that, but
so was it like a choice thing for you to go and stay with those people, or there was no
a choice thing, bro? I think I left my parents' place, or my parents took me out of the house when I was moving to, I think I was 10 years or 9. I was going to JSS1. That was 2007. I remember vividly. 2007. That was the first time leaving out. And talking about leaving, went from Lagos straight down to Ilorin.
Okay.
Ilorin, Kwara State there. So that was where I was for about 2 years, and it was really, really hard. But of course, things like that actually just prepared me for where I am today. Which is why I think I'm leading when it comes to literally every part of my life, yeah. Which is one reason why I think I got used to doing hard things.
Yeah.
Not really hardship and all that, but then discipline is just, it's from those days.
More like those experiences, like cooked you to be ready for what lies ahead.
I never really lived with my parents, and whenever I see people taking care of their kids, because I lived with other people who actually had kids then. So whenever I see them, the way they actually take care of their parents, of their kids rather, I feel as though, I have a mom. Why don't I have a mom? Even though my mom was alive and all that, I always feel like, why don't I have a mom to actually take care of me like that? They actually give their kids food, and I'm not. They can get that same attention that she didn't get it. But that's kind of like, right now I'm actually grateful for it, because it's prepared me for those people who actually got better treatments now. They are nowhere close to where I am right now. You understand? And they cannot really how do I say it? They cannot go through sort of hardships and
survive.
So anything that life actually throws at them, I'm not sure they're actually prepared for it. So one of them probably give up where I didn't give up. Do you understand? So I'm actually grateful for it.
But you still have a relationship with your family.
They are.
The fact that
I don't want to talk about something like that, but when you come to being a leader in that aspect as well, they all look up to me now.
Okay.
So that's how life is. Yeah, of course. I love my mom, my kids, and all of them. Yeah.
All right.
All together.
So, very, very importantly, I want to ask about your trading journey. Life before trading started, the entry point into trading, and life after trading, or like life in trading. So I just wanted to run me through the process of when you started Forex or before you started Forex?
I'm going to keep it very brief.
Okay.
I think my uncle, my dad's brother, he's a trader. So I don't want to use he was because he's actually still a trader.
Okay.
But then, so I think I heard about Forex trading back as far as 2008 or so, but I didn't take it seriously, So my dad bought us a Z monitor back then. So we were supposed to start, going to, because we're usually at that period we were supposed to follow, or my uncle was trying to take us abroad then.
Okay.
So my dad and whatever used the money to, spent the money and all that the brother was sending. So there's that period that I heard about Forex trading, right? And that period where he was trying to take us abroad, school us and then teach us as well.
Yeah.
From what I heard, I can't really remember, but then 2016 he came to the country, and we went to meet him, and then I saw him doing something, with charts or whatever, and we asked. They said the Forex trader. He has been a Forex trader since 2007 or 2000 whatever. It's like, okay, what is Forex trading? So
As I didn't know anything about it,
bro. I didn't even know you can make money online.
Wow.
I didn't know when you can make money online. So I still wasn't interested. I didn't, there was one time, 2016, he came home. Something happened. So he called me to his office at Igondo here. So he opened his trading office, should we call it a trading floor? A trading floor where people actually trade for him, and then he collects people wanting to trade,
Trade, yeah.
More like an investment stuff, but not like type of investment, more like management, how they do and that this what's it called? This stuff in the US and the UK.
Okay.
Where a lot of people actually come together to trade.
Okay.
Wall Street.
Exactly.
So he did something like that at Igondo where you had different traders come trade. So he called me over to that place, and then he told me to sit down, and then they were doing something on the screen.
Cool.
I was seeing white and black.
What's going on here?
So I slept off while on that chair there. I just slept off on that spot, and the guy looked at me. There's actually a way when you will know that someone is looking at you, when your eyes are actually closed. But you actually feel that someone is staring at you.
Yeah.
So I felt like this man was staring at me. So I opened my eye, and the man was doing like this. Then I knew I fucked up. But God, I couldn't understand what they were doing. And he was explaining to all of them,
Yeah.
But I didn't understand. I just seen black and white. It just felt like further mass. So he told me to leave, and then he gave me money.
Wait, was it look like this one does not know what he's doing?
He's not serious in his life, like that kind of look. That was 2016, if I'm correct. 2016. So I think he wanted me to be in charge because he's not based in the country. Probably wanted me to be in charge of that place or something. I was going to teach me. But my life would probably changed then.
Yeah.
Because you were suffering. Then he gave me money, and then I left. That was the first time. I knew about it when I first saw him, but then later on I got to see it. But then I still wasn't interested. I didn't even know what it was. Then he thought I wasn't serious. Then he just gave me a couple of naira and all that. That was the last time I heard from this man.
So what he gave me was like send for
my bro.
Don't come near me.
That was it. That was literally it. But I was texting this man and I wasn't getting any response.
Wow.
I'm telling you, until 2020, right? I was really making money off affiliate marketing. I learned how to do. I learned e-commerce as well.
Yeah.
Then I learned web designing, and I also learned there's this skill as well, copywriting as well.
Okay.
So I was doing all of these things, like I was just freelancing, making money off from people, and then also doing something as well. You call it middleman, not necessarily middleman, but there's a word for it.
Oh.
The way you actually, you reach out to people. Actually, this lady that she was running this cosmetics.
So you reach out to clients on behalf of the company.
No, it's basically like this. It's like this. So this lady, I know a couple of ladies that were just running their sales. They have this cosmetic company there, and they were just running their sales on WhatsApp. So I actually reached out to them. I say, I could build a website for you.
Okay.
A very wonderful website for you. I'll build this for you. I give them, I use my copywriting skills.
Yeah.
So I had to sell them that idea that you actually need a this thing, right? So I'll use my copywriting skill to sell to these people. Then at least so a few of them would give in, and then instead of me creating the outside myself.
Yeah.
I'll give it to an expert, someone who is better than me.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So the payments, I could probably give the person or call it to the lady probably 150.
Yeah, I get
or something like that. And I will give the actual guy 50,000.
Yeah.
So I'm really making.
So it's more or less like they are giving the job to you,
Exactly.
but you are contracting it out
Yes.
at a higher price and I mean at a lesser price.
Exactly. But I was the one getting the client.
Yeah, I understand.
You understand?
It's hustle.
Yeah.
It's hustle.
Exactly. So that I was really making money off that as well. And then when it comes to the copywriting aspect, I was doing that too.
Yeah.
So and I was making money until I ended of until Rocksteady came, because Rocksteady came in August.
Yeah.
It was 2020.
20.
That was when Rocksteady came.
All the
But
lockdown.
before Rocksteady, the same guy he did something like BG funds. So I knew him through BG funds and what is WhatsApp, because I didn't even know how it happened, because back then when I was so obsessed with making money online. After I learned saw a few things about making money online, I always wanted to save WhatsApp one numbers, and that's basically pretty much how we started. Because I didn't know anything about. I actually didn't know people who make money online. Until I started seeing some kind of stuff here. Then I started searching how to make money online, and I came across IGBA, Adeola. Oh yeah, I also learned this SEO whatever.
Search engine
I
optimization.
didn't put all of that in my, but I actually paid. I paid a lot of money when it comes to courses. I'm always
You love acquiring skills.
Jesus Christ. Well, we'll get back to that. So back to the main thing here. So that was how it all started. The insurance started coming in, and then the guy came up with he traced forex, he traced crypto. We invest money, and I was someone who is actually, based on where I actually came from, poverty and all that. I was scared of going broke. Absolutely, usually always very scared of going broke. So instead of putting money into things that are not going to generate money, like things that would actually not give me money, I'd rather just put money into something that will give me more money.
Yeah.
Well, what was I probably buying the latest iPhones? I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was either buying more courses or
That will increase your value.
exactly, or purchasing landed properties and all. So this guy actually came and said he was going to give us 50% monthly, and I was like, 50%?
Hmm.
So that means if I give you 1 million,
You get 1.5.
no, 2 million.
50%.
50%. Okay, yeah, 1.5 rather.
5 years.
50% monthly. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. So I started with the smallest, whatever. There was the smallest package. He had like different packages then. So I started with the smallest package, and it went well. You wouldn't believe I bought a car off the profits
Wow.
that same year, that same month. In like 2-3 months, I bought a car.
From the profits, your capital was still intact.
To be very honest. So in 2021,
What car was that? Sorry.
a Camry,
Then, okay.
Camry Mozu.
Yeah.
So that was the car I bought, and then I was like, I don't even need to work again.
Just find money and
To be very
get the money.
I said, okay, I didn't need to work again. Since I've made so much money off this thing already, I didn't need to work again. So in 2021, I just relaxed. I was just doing it, and every month it was. So like I said, I won't do anything again. Let me just make a 6-month plan. So make 100 million. Jackpot. So all the money I had then, you see, my phone that I got from 2019, my XS Mark 2019,
Yeah.
I was still using that phone. Even after all the money I made,
Oh.
I didn't change it. I was using the same phone. So 2021 came, all the money I had then, literally everything, I just put out to this guy. I gave it to the guy, and then
Everything.
literally, I had a 6-month plan. I actually had everything written down that in the next 6 months I'll be so rich, I'll be anybody I can, eventually I'll live the life I want to live.
Yeah.
So I didn't get anything for myself, not even clothes. So then the same month we crashed. Why was it the same month I went all in? So the guy, his stuff crashed. Then he came again saying they were going to start again, that was going to give us those that have money.
Yeah.
Going to give them back, blah blah blah. And then I put money in my own money, and then everything. I lost everything. That was
Everything.
very honest, bro. So that moment I knew I needed to learn how to trade myself. Since they mentioned forex, and I also did one as well in 2020 as well. Wales Capital, Wales Kingdom as well.
Yeah.
So that one too, I made money, but I withdrew my money and left.
Okay.
So I didn't really lose money to that guy, even though the guy crashed in December. But this guy talking about forex, I saw how the guys were making money, even driving Rolls Royce. And I'm like,
There's money in this thing.
this forex thing. So let me just learn it myself.
Yeah.
So I came across someone who charged me 300K. I wasn't worried about it. I just wanted to learn. I thought it's something that would just save me because I actually hated the idea that I have to reach out to people.
Yeah.
And if I don't get to people, if people are not interested in what I'm doing, I won't make money.
Yeah.
I hated that idea, but the idea that I could actually just trade from my room without talking to anybody.
Not talking to anybody and just generate your own money.
That idea just made me like, you let me go into this, and this is what I want.
Yeah.
This is what I want, because usually I was very used to, if you don't make sales, if you don't do this, you have to go.
You have to involve yourself with people, convince people.
You will not make money. That kind of lifestyle, I just didn't like it. So the fact that Forex will actually give you that was one reason why I put on my mind and so into this trading thing. So I learned from there. I started learning, and just keep getting better from there. But one thing for sure is it didn't just happen. Some things led to this and that and that. And then I saw it as something I wanted. I had a reason why I really wanted to trade Forex, and I just had to just give all my give it everything. So that's just it.
Wow. So as at then, how were you able to manage the the loss? Because something like that too happened to me. That was 2021. I was doing it from 2020. I was investing in this forex company. They were giving, I think, 30% returns, and I was like, this thing, like I did for 1, 2, 3 months, and I was getting money. I was like, okay. I just went all in, collected money from family, from friends, and all, and I put $50,000. The same month that I put it, that was February of 2021. I was expecting returns to match, and the return never came till today. That was literally the first time I experienced what depression was. I used to hear people talk about depression, and I was like, how can you say you are depressed? It wasn't something that came alive to me. But after that experience, bro, I lost my taste bud. I could not eat. I could not move. I could not interact with people. I just lost interest in every other thing that I was doing. Do you get what I'm saying? So then, thank God for life now. But how were you able to undo that loss as at that time? Because it sounded like you invested so much in it.
Just like you said.
Yeah.
Depression. I was depressed. As a matter of fact, I wasn't just depressed.
And then nothing that made people actually put money in that rockstar thing that you're talking about was because of the endorsement of Davido.
To be very honest, that was the exact period that I said, yo, it's time to go all in. This man is doing the same thing. And Davido was popular. I mean,
yeah, and he wouldn't want to involve himself in something that is not legit.
That was what we thought. So I had to tell my friends, bring money, don't worry. Davido, I have to tell them Davido that thing. Davido is part of this thing. Who want him because of this guy? That was when he said, Davido, I lied. Let me see the video. So Davido talk about Rocksteady, and then the whole went in. They gave me the money, but that period, I lost everything. That period that, the only thing I had then was the car. Remember I said I didn't change anything?
Yeah.
My phone, landed property. I did something, all of these things to invest in this stuff.
Wow.
Bro. God,
serious?
I'm telling you that everything I made all through 2020.
Yeah.
I put everything in 2021.
Everything.
Wow. If I had the house, then I sold it.
That was down to zero level.
Then
zero.
Now, to be very honest. So the only thing I had then was cash.
Okay.
I didn't have zero assets. The only thing I had then was a little cash, and then my car.
The car, okay.
So we'll get to what happened to the car. But then that period, our managed, I'm not sure I actually managed it very well, because for the first few months, or probably 2 months or so, I just knew that I wasn't myself, and that wasn't all. I committed suicide. Yeah, to be very honest. Yeah, because the only thing that saved me then was.
And then were you staying alone?
Yeah, I was staying alone.
Yeah, so the thought of becoming.
But I had friends, because I was like, yo, where would I start from? Like
where would I start from? How?
I was just thinking, what's the next step? What do I have to do? So if Forex was in the picture then,
yeah, I
probably wouldn't worry too much, because it's actually a skill that is with you for life. But compared to, what if I meet someone now, the person is not ready to listen to the website or ready to buy anything I'm selling? That fear was there. It's actually going to take time for you to
Yeah.
You get the point?
And you also know that the money that you used there was hard-earned money. It wasn't like somebody gave you, like you worked for it, so it could be very painful.
I wasn't myself, oh. To be very honest. At that period, I was like, I thought about a lot of stuff. Was it even to, eat rats? I'm not a sniper, bro. To be real story. About this sniper, sniper with chemical stuff. I was going to drink it. What about life again? At that period, for that 2-3 months, I didn't curb my hair, I didn't shave, whatever. I didn't do anything.
Nothing interested you.
I was thinking, what's the next step? And I was someone who just, okay, I actually feel a lot in life, but I always will like think next solution. What's the next step? What's the next step? So I thought about it. I said, okay, this forex thing I've been it's the same thing that these guys use to money from my hand. Let me just go into it. So that was in March. I started to March, so March is April.
Yeah,
it was in April. So
2021.
Yeah, 2021. That same month. That same year. So I thought like my next step. I didn't have anything else to do because I didn't want to go back to what I already left. And because remember I said I should stop working.
Yeah,
I got so lazy. That was like my mistake, which is something I got to realize late that doesn't mean if you make money now doesn't mean you should stop working.
Yeah,
just one thing I'm like, if I make $1 million right now, the next day you will see me trying to make. You understand? So back then it was different. To make money now, you want to enjoy yourself. You think that okay, the next thing to do is just relax, enjoy your money first before you. So it was quite different. So that period I was so depressed, and the next thing I thought about was to in the next level. So I thought forex, and I had a couple of bucks with me. I still have cash left from everything I gathered. Remember I said I gathered everything into.
And those cash you need to spend wisely.
Exactly. So that was all I had left, and then with my car and my apartment. So I was just living. I was eating. Then I got to know someone, maybe resonance or something. And I paid him 300K. 300K then was huge. So I paid him 300K, and then we started the forex training. And he actually told me I will make my money back. That was what we started me to say I was going to make my money back. Started with synthetic. That was just like gaining and all that. But that was how I was able to just go with that hope, with the hope that trading gave me and resonance gave me my forex auto. That was one reason why, or that was just what kept me going back then. Because I didn't have a backup, probably like a skill or something. Anything could have happened. Because in that period, I was like, where will I make such a amount of money? Because even the guys that even came together to give money, they even left the country. And I was just
and they didn't disturbing you to give them back their money. Okay.
They actually, because we've been to it together, but like I made money with them, with Will's Kingdom. I introduced them to it, and they made money as well. So when this one happens,
they were just on the stage.
They can't really blame me. Yeah. They blamed the guy itself because I was very transparent. I showed them everything, and they actually see themselves. And most of them, I think, forex daily, you actually get to like click or maybe see yourself or like a website or whatever. So they were actually doing it by themselves.
Yeah, as well, seeing everything.
So I didn't really I was really pained and depressed as well. It's really crazy.
So as at the point where you started considering forex trading to be like your way out, now what was the progression? When did it all make sense in the forex? Like when did it come alive to you? Make my money.
To be very honest, I think when I demo traded.
Okay.
After I learned,
that same 2021.
Yeah. After I learned, I demonstrated for a month, and I saw the amount I made. I was like, yeah.
So I feel recover like this.
Yeah. In 1 month, it was really crazy. The next month I deposited $1 million, which was $2,000 then.
Okay.
And boom, in a minute, I lost it too. But
okay, was that the story, or is that the story that we all know around that you blew?
Bro, after learning the basic stuff that I learned, resonance, and then I demonstrated for a full month, and I saw the results. It's like, wow, it's crazy. I told everyone, yo, I'm back. That's how I was going to make my money back. So I had $1 million, I just deposited it. That was $2,000 then, and then in 1 minute, bro, it wasn't even up to a minute. And the next thing I did was sleep, wake up.
Money was gone.
No, after the money was gone,
Yeah.
right, I started to just sleep and that's my first real deposit.
Yeah.
So I didn't believe it was real. I felt like, let me sleep and wake up, so come back. So I sleep and wake up, the money didn't come back. So the next thing I did, you see, when it comes to trading, I think people that give up easily,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe they didn't have a reason to start in the first place.
Yeah.
Because if you really had a reason to start trading, a loss or even 2 losses or multiple losses will not even, it's not even enough to make you give up.
Yeah.
Because that period, a lot of people would just, but that was the same moment I reached out to someone and say, yo, I just blew my money, but I want to learn. It was the same day I met Rondo. Well, I met him a night before.
Okay.
No, it was actually the same day because I remember reaching out to Chi something, I've forgotten her name, but she introduced me to Rondo.
Okay.
And it was after losing the money that I reached out to get. I said I needed a tutor, and because I saw her posting some charts and all that, and then she told me about Rondo, and then I told Rondo, yo, I just lost money, but I want to pay for your knowledge, and he showed me things that you could do back there, and I thought, okay, let's get it. And the reason why, after losing money,
Yeah.
like someone who is sane,
Yeah.
the next thing you do is you lose that amount of money, leave this thing, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It was the same day I said, yo, I want to learn more about this thing.
Yeah.
So I reached out to Rondo, bought his course, and then I started learning. I said this is not enough. I had to bring him down to Lagos, spend everything I had. And the crazy thing I did back then, I had to sell the only car I had left.
You mentioned it in an interview I had with him.
Bro. I had to sell the only car I had left then just to, bring him down because I wanted that physical touch. I think I felt it was going to help me better. Only for me to go back to the same videos I had initially bought and learn it all through the nights, And it also helped me. And then, because I think he has been in trading since 2019 or something. So he had more experience and I was still new, and, the reason why I actually lost the money was just a little mistake. I didn't really learn the basic of trading.
Basic.
I was supposed to know what is lot size and all of these things. So these are the things I didn't know.
You went to over leverage the account.
I just, I thought one lot size was the smallest. I mean, of course, it's supposed to be the smallest, yeah. But this is not the Forex market.
Yeah.
So that is a strategic market. So one lot size was it's even the biggest.
Yeah.
It really messed me up and all that. So that was that period where, what was the question again, sorry? That was when I knew that, okay, I really want to still be trading there. Yeah. But it did all make sense because also that year I was losing back to back, little wins and all that as well came in. Then in November came 2021 as well. I had learned from a lot of people, met new people, gotten new knowledge and all that. And November came where I was literally down with nothing, had zero, talking about zero money. I don't know how I got $50, and that $50 changed my life. I was able to take $50 about $5,000.
You took $50?
Not once.
Okay.
I could just take $50 now to $100. Withdraw my $50.
Okay.
$50 to $200. Withdraw it.
With normal Forex or still synthetic?
Synthetic as well.
Okay.
Taking market. So within 2 weeks, I'd done $5,000. And I checked the Nasdaq. Wow. I was able to pay for my sister this and all that. That was when I knew that you were trading it. So I trading or nothing, but it really didn't really click.
So, but what was that drive? Because when people come to a point where they start losing money, right, they tend to want to guide, what they have. What made you decide to, sell that car? Because that seemed like your maybe only, in quote, assets, right, as at that point, because you said you sold all your property. What made you decide to, okay, let me lay this thing off and use it to learn? What was the driving force? What was it?
All right, so for me, I don't really believe everything I see online, but once I see that you're able to do something, I believe I can do the same thing. Plus, you remember I said the demo result I saw that I
made you know that there's potential in this thing
that can actually change my life. And I think the Forex traders back then, 2021, was only Abby and Jeffrey, right? And I saw, the lifestyle that we live in, they were in all that, they had now.
Right,
So I think Abby had just this IS back then, and then Like, but I saw like I was always making money consistently, profits consistent. I was like, this is how of life. You don't necessarily have to tell someone buy this, buy that. And you're making money, waking up. But times when you just post that you woke up for 6 a.m. and then you had made money, I'm like,
Is it that easy?
it's the found So I knew that point that is it that this trading thing or nothing or because I want this kind of life for myself. So I was ready to put in anything, whatever it takes. I even took a loan. Bro, I took a loan now. I took a loan. Anything I actually took, like I was going to make sure that I actually get it. Cause so that was just the drive for me. I know what I wanted.
Yeah.
So just like knowing what I wanted to get it. That's it. It's not just about trading. It's the fact that what that was life I wanted, it could actually give it to me.
Yeah.
So it was
So I have to go for it 100%.
because if it was about money, I think you can actually make money like with anything you're doing. Because we have people who are into affiliate marketing and this and that, or even Yahoo making money.
Oh.
But the fact that all of them need someone. Do you understand? The fact that they need someone, they need to make a call, do this and that.
Someone to make money.
They just need like there's no business on earth where you don't actually need someone.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, you need someone to patronize you. You understand a lot of stuff.
So someone you need to come.
Don't be trading. It is you and your charge.
Yeah.
What you know and your wants. That's all you need. So that was just all.
But is it not motivation? Because you just know that once you have that knowledge and you can sit with your system, you know that you're going to make
I'm
money.
just someone who doesn't really like to socialize. Just like to stay on my own. I could stay in my house for months and
Nobody will know.
without seeing anybody, and I'll be comfortable. So that's not a person. It won't have to do a lot with who I am. So it just like that's just me. So that was one reason why I said, is it that trading or trading? Anything in text.
So okay, in the interview that I had with Rondo, and I think I've also heard you say it in maybe one or two spaces that I attended before, that there was a time where you had to go and stay by yourself for 1 year to figure things out. So what time frame was it? And what did you do that period of time?
Yeah, that was in 2022. In 2022, after going through like the starting period in 2021, you then making do the $50 to like $5,000 withdrawals. Then in the December came a very hard period as well. But I noticed something in December. I was so comfortable because remember I still had my apartment. So I was so comfortable then. Jesus Christ, I was also comfortable.
And it was in Lagos.
Yeah.
Then.
No. Hey, I was scared of Lagos.
Lagos, okay.
Beggar, yeah. So I was so comfortable, girls come over, friends come over. I just wasn't getting, that energy that I needed. The FOREX market opens at early as 8 a.m.
in the morning.
That is another session. But I'm waking up as late as 8:30. So most time when you wake up, you need to prepare and all that before you get to the market.
The move has started or
That's left you. So you start being so angry and then it can even ruin your day. Sometimes I even go back to bed. That comfort was just there and I knew I was doing something wrong. At times where I was supposed to be up as early as 10 p.m., 9 p.m. I'm already sleeping. That lifestyle from January, like beginning of January.
Yeah.
It was already in me. So you understand? So it was very hard to shred off.
So you were too comfortable.
Exactly.
So you needed discomfort.
Yeah. So I knew that was what I needed. So January of 2022, I said, I'm leaving this apartment. So I left everything. I'm sleeping so comfortable. If you see my bed there,
it was a bed.
I left everything. The only thing I took then was my laptop and my TV, which is this LG TV then. And why did I need an LG TV? I needed it for bigger screens to actually project the laptop screen to it. That was all I took, straight down to Akure. And then I got to Akure and I was given a room. But the room I was given, I still had to live with other guys. So I wasn't comfortable with that because that's not what I came there for. I know they were actually going to distract me. At times they were also coming with girls and all that noise. Yeah, and I can't tell them that leave the room and I didn't get house.
Sure.
So I said, okay. They had a free room empty room, not painted.
I think I saw a picture of it.
Bro, I'll probably send a picture so you can show them the room. Bare picture, bare floor and all that.
Yeah.
But they had this table. It was not, I felt as though I think this is actually destined to happen, because how come they had the table on a chair
Yeah.
in an empty room? And that's exactly what I needed. So I moved my TV there, my laptop there, and that was it. So I felt like, okay, for the first few weeks I was sleeping in a room with them. I just thought that, I was still waking up late. So I packed up my stuff, my clothes. I moved to the empty room. I was sleeping on the floor because I came in the duvet, just laid the duvet on the floor. I was sleeping there, waking up there. You won't believe I was waking up as early as 6 a.m. Imagine, you know how cold the floor is going to be here?
When you sleep on the floor and you won't wake up with body pains and all.
You understand? So that alone, that's what motivated me to just wake up. I always wanted to wake up. I'll send you a video, you're going to see it. So I always wanted to wake up, and as early as 6 a.m. I was up, doing my little exercise, turn on the next thing is my chart, start learning, start trading, and that was just it. And with time, I wasn't really good with it, but with time I got used to it, because
So that means all the knowledge that you had, you were just practicing there, trying to skate by yourself and all.
And also improving. Like I believed in improvement.
Were you off social media at that point?
Of course,
Totally.
nobody knew me. Oh, Jesus, nobody knew me then. I was just like one ghost guy. I was really just posting on WhatsApp. Probably go after like a month to 2 months. I'll come back, post my result on WhatsApp, go again, come back again, post a new result. And people like, who is this person? Who is this person? And I was training prop friends, getting better. Until, and my lifestyle then was just so very, very easy. Sleep, wake up, trade, get better, learn. Whatever it is I make, because I trade to market too. So whatever it is I make off it, pay someone again to learn again. That's all my life, just the same.
And all this period of your life, you didn't have anybody you were getting money from, like maybe a family member sending you money monthly. You didn't have anything.
I wish.
That alone would be a motivation to even want to make it. That nothing is coming from anywhere. Anything I spend, I must make it.
Of course now. And from little I had, I still have to send back home. It was really, really crazy. And that was the period my uncle came back again. After all of these years, my uncle came back in, was in May. TA, I was having issue with Forex. Or like having issue, I haven't mastered it. So I was still trying out to like master it. So then this man came and told me, he saw my bio on Telegram, Forex trader. So he told me via Telegram and was like, are you a Forex trader now? I said, yes. He said, and then he called me, immediately called me on video call. I called Rondo, I said, our life is about to change. I called Rondo immediately, I said, our life is about to change, because he told me that I should leave Forex, that we should start trading. There was this thing, it was this stock
trading.
Not stock. Options,
okay.
So it was like, he left trading Forex in 2007, blah, blah, blah. That Forex at times, that when he lost the money, he realized that Forex is not that profitable. That's why he need to move to options trading, and then, he started trading options. It is less risky. You make a lot of money. You make more than you lose with options trading, blah, blah, blah. So he gave me a crash course. He sent me, he told me to search for this thing on YouTube, that I should start with it. Then once I'm done with the crash course, he's going to teach me. We're going to like host a Zoom call. So that period, I forgot about Forex. I left Forex alone for that period. Day and nights. I will show you my, like, all the journal and the way I was actually going back to him to send him all the like reviews from everything I learned. I was staying up like all night that day, that period. I was so excited that this man even remembered me. Let me prove to him. Do you understand? So I was staying up all the learning and all that, options trading, and then it happened again.
What
I
happened?
didn't hear from this man again, bro.
Really?
After going through the whole stuff and all that, learning, I told my guys, my life is about to change, that point where someone tells you that this thing is working, I say that you will not make losses. When you've been battling with losses back to back, you understand? Then he actually gives you that hope of you're going to make it in a very short period.
Yeah.
Then you put all your effort into it, and the next minute you don't hear from him again.
Why is it that unstable?
I started to hear from him again, and it was so crazy that the only thing I had to fall back to was FOREX again. So from May, the next month, which was June, I had to just pick up my FOREX books again that I left, continued again, started paying people again, learning and that, trying to get better.
That means you learned from a lot of places.
To be very honest.
Okay.
Which is what actually helped me. I mean, we'll just talk about that. But then I learned from a lot of people. But I had one specific person then back in 2022. His name was Charles Agay. He's also someone who loved to learn as well.
Yeah.
So I think that guy actually just instilled that same thing in me, like, you wanted to just learn more, get better at it, at what they're actually doing. So I was just that person. So I just went back to trading Forex, and before June, July came in, then August was when I got my first ever payout of trading. That was when I knew that, instead of me to spend the money or whatever, I need to scale up again with the little I got paid there, to scale up with knowledge.
So you made money off like a real account or a prop firm?
A prop firm.
A prop firm, okay.
A prop firm. That was like my major pay back then as well. After the November flip, my next major pay was in August.
So that means from December of 2021 till
little pay,
July.
$100. My life was so simple, bro. I was just sleeping and waking up. I wasn't paying bill.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I was just sleeping and waking up, focusing on trading, and the least thing I did for myself was to buy food or just treat myself in a restaurant, which happens probably once in a week on Saturdays. That's the only thing I do. And then Accra is a low cost living. That place, you could literally live for a year, be spending like 1 million naira, because then I could buy a lot of stuff, and then
cost of living is very, very low.
1,000, 1,500. There was this Amala place I would go to, I would buy buffet, all of that, and it basically cost me like one, five. So life was, that was what I actually needed then, though. That's what I needed then. But I knew that that's not the life for me. Just trying to just be a disciplined person there, or discipline myself here, which actually worked. Which worked a lot. So that was just the period. That 2022 period. That was when I was like literally off. Then I came, and my first tweet was in September 2022. That was my first tweet. Yeah. I think that was where I made more.
And then you're not influential on Twitter then?
That's when I just started now.
Okay.
So my point basically, everything I've been through, I was just like putting it out as well, to help one or two persons as well, because I was already making money. I had made at least 2 withdrawals, and life was, and I even came to Lagos. I hosted Rondo again. We're all together. Life was sweet, So I went through all those and life and all that during that period just to get better, and eventually it worked.
Now, I want to get a little more into the trading space now. One major problem that people face in the foreign exchange market is making money consistently. Beginners face that problem. Even people that call themselves advanced trader, there are some people that cannot boast of certain number of months or maybe number of years of consistent trading.
Of course.
And looking at yourself of 2021, 2022, and yourself now, you could say you are a bona fide profitable forex trader. Now, what were the things that you did that got you to where you are? Specifically in trading, what were the things that you did that made you crack the code of profitability? Maybe people can, learn one or two from what you have to say.
All right. I would say I wasn't consistently profitable until last year. And then I was profitable before last year. Okay, I say profitable because a lot of people actually confuse profitability for consistent. I see it as if you can't, just like you said, most stuff like a few months where you're actually profitable, like you made money back to back. That has been actually consistently profitable, because you could come into the market now, make money today, make money tomorrow, make money next month,
lose everything next month. You're not profitable.
People will say, I'm profitable and all that. So you can be profitable for a few days, a few months. We've got it over the years, or it's not profitability. So I think the last year, remember I said I was profitable until I was really profitable, but not constantly profitable until I should I say the word crack the code? Let's use that, crack the code last year February, because in January something happened that made me, go back again into my shell to just look for what I did wrong, and I was able to find out the things I've been doing wrong, which is just learning everything, trying to put everything together. So everything, the that person I wanted to learn, trying to learn this and that and this and that.
Oh.
Really affected me. So in 2020, so last year, January, I got a prop firm worth about $1.2 million.
Yeah, I think I saw it on your profile then on Twitter.
Yeah, I bought prop firm for $1.2 million. And then I was trading it, so it was really good, with all the bullshit I had in my head. Just random shit that I had in my head, because I knew a lot of stuff. And I was trading it until before the end of January, I'd lost everything. That was when I knew something was wrong, and I had to sit back again and then think. So the first thing I did was learn from those that are actually consistently profitable, because back then, I think Paladin and a couple of these traders, they were always coming up with their withdrawals. Actually, you would actually see things like that. So I knew they were doing something different that I wasn't doing.
Yeah.
And then the first thing I discovered was they had a specific kind of setup they always look out for. Compared to me, I trade every day.
You're everywhere, conflict of knowledge.
FVG, Brabos, everything, bro.
Carter, break of structure.
Just go to the markets every day, wake up in the morning, go to the market and start looking for the next thing. If I see FVG, I mention the trade. If I see this one, I mention the trade. Other block, I mention the trade. So just really okay, these guys, they knew something different. They have a specific setting that actually pull.
Yeah.
That's number one. I wrote it down. When it comes to risk management as well, I saw how they were managing risk as well. Okay, I wasn't doing this before. I wrote it down.
Okay.
It came to holding trade, because I had this problem of, it must be 1 to 5. If it's not 1 to 5, I won't close. I won't break even. So that also was a big problem for me, because what was I doing then? If my trade, most of my trade were actually running profits, right? And then I'll take a screenshot, the normal, post it on Instagram. Before you know it, trade had reversed. People actually done like 1 to 3 before.
Yeah.
Just reverse, and then people will know that the trade that it's a stop loss. They will think you're a good trader, because of the boost and all that. But then back, in reality, you're actually drilling. You're actually very, very pained, because your trade reversed back, and this thing kept happening, until I saw that these guys are actually doing something different. So why are they trading 1 to 2?
Yeah.
Why are these guys doing 1 to 2? Why are they doing 1 to 1? I see himself was doing 1 to 1.
Mm-hmm. I'm chasing 1 to 5.
God, I think I even wrote it down. Just 1 to 5 or nothing. For real, those are my charts. 1 to 5 or nothing. So these guys are actually doing these things. They're doing everything 1 to 2. Okay, let me use 1 to 3. But let me just see how good it actually works.
Yeah.
For at least 1 month or something. I wrote it down as well. Then one other problem I think I had, but one thing I think I did differently was this. One other thing is, whatever problem I actually encountered today trading, I make sure to write it down as a problem. I highlight it, this is a problem. Probably even if I expose my trade too early.
Yeah.
Because it happens to most of us. You close your trade too early.
And eventually now goes more in your direction. You write it down.
You're upset. I write it down. That's also a problem. More times as well, when I close my trade, let's say which trade is actually dangling in my SL, but it's actually yet to eat my stop loss.
Yeah.
But you first feel like, let me just clean. Instead of it eating 500 loss.
Yeah, let me close that 300.
let me close it.
I understand.
So that was also a problem. I wrote it down. And I learned from all of this, Tom Ugada, I learned all of these things that this guy said. I wrote everything down. And this period, I was off social media. Talking about January, February. I knew I had a problem then. After losing that money, I set it back. I wanted to know the problem. Learn from all of these guys, writing everything down. Until I decided to put all of these things together. And then, one thing I discovered was making, number one, having a specific setup that works over and over.
Not jumping into different knowledge, different concepts.
So I had to bring this concept, turn it into one. Simplified it. Because before, I always wanted to look for all the conferences in the whole world, bro. Just really crazy. use complex, this one, jam everything together. It wasn't working. So until I came up with just a simple approach. Because I realized that these guys are actually making, Paladin then did about 250k withdrawals from Profem Zero. I was like, when I saw his charts,
Yeah, very simple.
I started past this guy now. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I saw Q-Bank's charts as well. Like, I know a lot of things that these guys, oh, what are they doing? So that was when I knew there was a problem. So it's not really about knowing too much and all that. So I had to simplify this system. Use the system that I know that's actually working very, very well, that are actually very effective. Actually, instead of this, I made just three ways into the market. Instead of having 10 ways into the market, I cut it down to 3 ways into the market, which is just structural liquidity at my entry.
Yeah.
That was all I did.
Huh.
I started to see the results, and then for being scared of the trade or actually closing too early, I told myself, if it's just 1 to 3, I'm going to do just 1 to 3 RR. Because I had to test that as well. I realized that most of my trades which actually get to 1 to 3 RR before reversing. Most of my trades so far. So 1 to 3 RR was just that peak for me. Then also I said, okay, I won't break even, because there are times when you actually break even too early, probably you trade most like 1 hour and you break even, and before you know it, price actually reverses, closes you at break even, and then it moves in your TP in your direction, and then you are offset as well. So all of these things were like problems for me that I had to write down. And I had to like discover, okay, these are things that are not working. And then by February, March, I had gotten everything together. I got another payout, and I'm like,
okay,
this is it. And then to get more confidence, guess what I did? I brought up people together and started trading live together. So I think, I don't want to say I started to trade live trading like Nigeria, whatever, but let me just say I'm one of the pioneers for live trading, like with students and all that. So I started it, and then we were doing it consistently, and I will
even be helping you. It
was helping me. They actually thought it was just for them.
But it was helping you more.
So because that actually made me disciplined to actually take only quality trades. Also, I wouldn't want them to drag me.
Definitely.
You understand? I want them to say, this guy doesn't.
And even if the trade doesn't go well, because of the fact that you guys are on live, you tend to explain the reason behind the entry, so they even get to understand. So
my own was most of my trades are going well.
They're going well.
So the confidence was there now. I'm like, the confidence was even there. That was when I knew that, okay, instead of wasting these pips and all that, starts to increase. That was when everything changed, to be honest. That was when I witnessed and really witnessed consistent profitability. Because the fact that we could actually count our losses, that was like a peak moment for me. And that was when I think people started knowing who DAX was. I came up with this Idon name, that I made it popular in the forex industry too. Started calling it Idon. And it was so crazy, because that was that period where I know that, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Just so crazy. So that's when I knew that, okay, I'm actually profitable. That's when I would call profitability. But profitability is not really when you just make money this month and the next month it costs. You can't do it again.
So immediately you discovered it, you now feel like, okay, I think I have what it takes now. Exactly. Let me now look for ways to just scale.
I had to be disciplined. Because if you're not disciplined enough, the moment you just lose guard,
even as a profitable trader, if you lose guard, it will hit you.
To be very honest, you lose everything you've actually made, everything. The moment you let's assume you have been doing one thing consistently, right? Let's assume it's backtesting or whatever, or even improving, or just refining what you know already. The moment you just stop, because the market is very dynamic. It's very, very dynamic. Trust me. I've seen a lot of things that it happened. It worked very, very well last year. But this year is quite different. You have to
readjust.
But people who don't care about it, they see that normal losses and all that. Before it's
actually the particular strategy that will giving you like wins over time, start giving you constant losses. You just need to sit down and recheck.
Exactly.
Not being stubborn with it.
People who actually do not care about it, before you know it's the winning months turn to losing months turn to months. And some of them, they even still care. They think it's just part of trading thing. They don't know there's something wrong with the system or something that they need to just little bit of refinement and all that. Just look at what is wrong, and you discover it. So small step profitability is something I've always taken to heart. Like, it's actually a very, very big deal for me.
Oh,
it's a big deal for me because of the fact that I also do money management. And what do you call it? The private security. You actually trade. I don't want to call it account management like everyone calls it, but just fund management. So people who actually want to trade funds for, they require to see at least that you're profitable for at least 3 months.
Yeah, they want to see track record.
They want to see it exactly. So that is, it's like a big deal for a trader, for every trader basically.
So I want to ask, for a trader, right? Losses are actually inevitable.
Yes.
Okay, so even as a profitable trader or someone making money consistently, there are times you make losses, or you enter into a losing streak.
Losing streak.
Yeah. So for you as a trader now, right? How do you handle those periods when? Because I know definitely you trade big figures now. Like, how do you handle when you make losses or make series of losses in a particular period of time?
Well, losses, like I said, is actually inevitable. I mean, as a trader, at times when and it only happens, most times it happens when you probably miss out on a specific information.
Yeah.
That means, remember I said the markets are very, very, very dynamic. No matter what anybody says, trust me, the system you traded yesterday could turn out to be different today, or you probably take a loss trading the same thing. So losses are just something that's very, very normal. But at the end of each month, a profitable trader will always come out profitable, no matter how many losses you take. Which is why I have this 10 trades rule. So for me, using the 10 trades rule, I'm actually not scared of taking losses because I know for a fact that I cannot take 10 losses on a row consecutively.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So that means that even if I take loss today, tomorrow, whatever, at the end of that 10 trades, I'm still gonna come out profitable. So that alone is enough. It actually gives you this confidence. Mean that it actually instills this confidence. Mean that your losses will actually come. Let's even assume I have 10 trades now to take on a specific account now, and I'm pretty sure I cannot take 10 losses. Then let's say for a fact, let's assume I take 6 losses.
Okay.
6. Let's assume it's 1,000 risk. So that means if I take 6 losses, that's 6,000 I've lost here.
Yeah.
I still have 4 trades to go.
Yeah.
Then let's just assume I take that 4 trades and it all went well.
Your normal 1 ratio 3.
1 to 3, which I do.
Okay.
So that means 1 trade is 3,000. The 4 trades would be
12,000.
12,000. 12,000 minus 6.
That's still profitable.
So that's where even if I lose 7 trades, at the end of 3 trades that actually went well, I still will be profitable. So which is one reason why I'm never even scared of losses and all that. But the only period where I'm actually scared of loss is when you over leverage.
Yeah.
And if you want to stay in the business for a long time, forget about over leveraging, forget about
focus on
every other thing that you see online or whatever. The most important part is staying in the business, staying for too long, right? So that way, the only risk management can actually keep you there.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because we have boom and bust traders as well. You have people who would, like I said earlier, who are profitable or not constantly profitable, who would make money today and eventually lose money tomorrow. But as a profitable trader, you could take losses, right? But your losses are still not going to cover your profits are still definitely going to cover for your losses. Do you understand? So losses are just very, very normal, and how I deal with them is just understanding that my next trade might be better. Do you understand? I cannot lose 10 trades in a row, so I'm never even scared of losses.
So that means the 10 trade rule is more or less like finding balance between risk to reward and
Risk management,
win rates.
Risk.
But like you said, even if you have, let's say maybe 6 losses, that means you have a 40% win rates.
Yeah.
Your risk to reward will still make you profitable at the end of the day. So finding a balance between them can actually improve trading generally for a lot of traders.
Who actually does a lot of stuff. We have people who would get an opportunity to trade a 100k account, but are scared of losing.
Yeah.
And they will start risking. Some of them risk 0.2.
Yeah.
Which is $20 on 100k.
It's too low.
So they don't really make money at the end of the day. At the end of the month, they don't make money. because I was once in that position. I think someone gave me 50K live, not from live accounts. I'm talking about as early as May last year. You know, after I remember I told you I started seeing consistency in that period, but I was not doing so well on the account because I was risking
Little.
Do you understand? I was risking like little. So at the end of each month, it is not like there. You feel me?
Yeah.
So which is why this particular the temporary rule actually, it's kind of like really helped me. I started helping me with risk management. It helped me actually manage money well and even make more in the process because I understand that I cannot lose 10 trades. Right. So the fact I cannot lose 10 trades, I'm able to divide whatever it is that I have access to trading.
Yeah.
Or to trade here, divide it into 10 trades. And that way I'm able to make much more money because so as if I make 4 trades like that out of the 10 trades, I have made about $12,000.
Oh.
Do you understand? Compared to someone who is risking 0.5, 0.2, at the end of this thing, at the end of the whole contract, probably made peanuts.
I thought you might be catching moves, but because of the fact that you're not risking enough.
Exactly. Someone gave me $10,000 last year. Was October or this thing? It's actually a friend. It was a friend, and we had a 10% agreement. I was going to pay him 10% every month, which was about 1,000. Because I knew I could not reach 10,000, so I increased. You know, instead of dividing the trade into 10 trades, into 10 trades, instead of dividing the money into 10 trades, I divided it into 5 trades because the confidence with us actually. I had 10,000 in my own account as well, but I could easily just disburse back. So all I did was just divided it into 5 trades instead. Started risking 2,000
per trade.
Instead of 1,000. Started risking 2,000, and in 2 weeks I had done like 40K.
From the 10K.
That's how much I gave him.
How much?
10%, 1,000. So imagine.
So you use this money as leverage to make 39K.
You can see how much I made. Crazy like that. I had access to 100K as well. At the end of 1 month, I done like I'm 30K. Then one as well. I done about 60K at the end of the month. There was one particular one where I done like 120K at the end of 1 month. I got my share. So just like that, it's because I knew that at the end of this 10 trades, I still cannot lose this 10 trade, right? So aside it just helping me manage risk, it also helped me make money. It's also easy to even pass prop firms that way as well. Compared to the populars, you have to risk 0.5%.
You will just be creeping little by little, and eventually you might not even. You just be revolving around the same point for a long time until you eventually lose.
Back in 2022, I should do something. You think it's 0.5%. Do you really believe I never lost an account? Any problem account? I didn't lose it. Guess how we were losing account back then? Time limit. You remember?
Yeah.
We had time limit back then on problems. Exactly. So that's the only way I was losing from accounts. So if time limit wasn't, like I had to remove it this year, which I started early last year, in February I started it. If it happened in 2022, I would have blown. Because I was just there, I couldn't pass it.
Yes, in 1 second, you are risking little, wasting moves.
Wasting time. Wasting your time, wasting literally everything. At times where you actually be lucky and then you have good trades. But because you are not doing enough, you are just... and the losses will come again. Take about to break even.
It was a lot.
Just didn't make sense. So after I figured all of these things out, boom, like this, I made so much. So that's basically just it too.
Wow, that's very nice. Now those funds management you said you were doing for people, was there clause on losses? Because you said that you talked about someone that gave you $10,000 that you said you had your own $10,000 such that if something happens.
I could actually
but was there a clause on risk capital on what they might lose and they won't be?
Of course.
You saw what I mean, right?
Yeah, of course. Most because it's a business for me. One basically. So every of my clients, I tell them, at the end of PSO period, you have 20% cap. So it will increase like around 30%. Cap of the total amount I can actually lose.
So that once you lose that amount, there's no case, right?
Period.
Okay, within that period, okay.
Do you understand? So it doesn't mean that even if I lose 20% this month, you really can't say anything until our contract actually expires. You say, okay, it's time for me to go.
Yeah.
It's my money.
Okay.
So if I lose 20%, but I've lost more than 20%, I get to refund the difference. Yeah. Do you understand?
So with that, your mind is at peace to trade because
there's no way I want to lose because what I even plan to lose is even 10% originally. So there's no way I'm going to lose 10%.
Yeah.
Doing bad because I had bad weeks, bad months this year, which happened for some reasons, right? But all through last year,
it was bliss.
It just couldn't happen. The confidence was there. Do you understand?
What's the maximum amount you've made in a day?
I've done 100K.
In a day?
Yeah.
And what's the maximum you've lost in a day?
I've done 50K. I lost 50K twice on US 30, which is one of the reasons why I had to remove that.
It's very volatile.
It's about being volatile. I just feel like you
didn't connect well with it.
Yeah, or probably my system wasn't working well with that. I don't know, but I felt like the normal kind of trade I would take on all these pairs and then probably NAS that would go well because I think I made much money on NAS as well. But it won't go well. Probably there will be a week out with US 30. Price will just happen, and which actually frustrated me like that. Then for GU last year, I could tell you for a fact that I didn't take a single loss from the period of let's say March or until December on GU. A single loss I didn't take. Trading GBP USD. There's most of my trades were like from the 4 hours upward and all that. So I've lost 50K, and I wouldn't say I was really paying because it was like free money.
All right, so I want to start to round up now, and let me just ask 2 questions before we move on to the last segment. There was something that I interviewed. I got the opportunity to interview Rondo recently that we talked about as one of the people that you actually learned from.
Yeah.
And there was a statement that he made, right, that got people talking. Right, I went to the comment section and I saw people talking about the statement where he talked about how like you messaged him you brought him down to Lagos to teach you. Then at the end, he said that he tutored you. He didn't mentor you because as at then, he didn't have anything that anyone could emulate and whatsoever that he tutored you. Now, what can you say about that statement?
Well.
That he made. Yeah, do you think he's just trying to be unnecessarily humble, or he doesn't want to, accept the fact that like I maybe mentored DAX? Why was there the use of that word? Because a lot of people like started commenting on them like, I think I'll have to ask DAX when I see him. So what do you think about that?
Well, I would say, you can actually mentor someone for a period of time.
Okay.
Then later on they move on to someone else to mentor them. Do you know it's possible?
Yeah, sure.
So I would say Rondo was my mentor.
Okay.
He mentored me for a period of time because obviously I wasn't, if I had any issue, he was always the person I always, ran to then. At least, like, he was just that person that was there.
Like your go-to person.
Exactly.
So that was you can call that mentorship.
Exactly. Of course, it was, come on now. You wouldn't bring just a tutor down to Lagos to teach you. You're going to be in the same place. You were just a tutor. Most of them really don't care. I mean, we should know the difference between tutorship and then mentorship.
Yeah.
So he actually saw me as someone who, at that period, he actually mentored me.
Okay.
It wasn't just tutorship, it was much more than that. Yeah. Because we had this bond. We're not friends. Yeah. We've been friends for a while now. So with you, someone who is a tutor, you don't get.
I get.
So he is actually my mentor. He was.
Yeah. So I think that clears the air because I was seeing some funny comments. I'm like, this thing is not needed. But then whenever I get the opportunity to interview,
I learned from a lot of people. So I would call those guys my tutors. That's my first guy was just my tutor because I just learned and that was just we don't have any connection, whatever. I don't get to meet him, asking questions. Because all of these guys will not even
represent. They won't answer you.
Imagine, people that actually watch my videos now on YouTube calling me a mentor.
No. At all.
Because even if you text me, to be very honest, I'm not humble. I will not respond.
Yeah.
I'll be giving you everything you need. So all you have to do is just put in the hard work, learn. So someone who is a mentor, you actually have access to as a person.
Yeah.
Interact, ask questions.
Yeah, that's the essence of mentorship.
Exactly. But then tutorship is a whole lot like it's different. And he said about it's because he wasn't someone who I would relate and all that. Well, mentorship actually
Does that really matter?
it doesn't really matter, but still, yeah. As long as you actually choose someone to mentor you,
Yeah.
it is before you choose the person that you can start considering if the person is where you want to be, all kind of stuff. But the moment you've chosen him already, he's already showing you stuff. That means you've accepted who he is, and
Yeah.
all of those things will not even come to your head.
Yeah.
So the moment I'm ready with you now, let's say, I don't probably know who you are, but I want you to teach me, hold me by my hands and just mentor me. I don't care what you own.
Yeah.
That means the moment, we talk about caring about what you own and all that. That means I'm going to have to it's going to happen before.
Before, yeah.
Before I come to you, I want to know are you even where I want to be or whatever.
Yeah.
But the moment I see you, I know that this guy can actually take me to this next level.
You value the asset the person has in his brain.
It's not really about how much someone owns, which is why a lot of people are so gullible now. They fall for the flashy thing.
Yeah, which is leading me to the next question that I actually want to ask. You're someone that is actually big on social media, and also like, let me say, flaunt the lifestyle. Now, is it like your thing, or there is a motive behind it? Is it like, okay, that's just me and Dax, or there is a reason why you show these materials or show this wealth out there? Do you understand my question?
Yeah, sure. No, I don't think I flaunt my lifestyle.
You said?
I don't think I flaunt my lifestyle. Someone who will stay offline for weeks and come online once and just post it's just I mean, it's not I'm not like selling anything to anyone.
Yeah.
So it's just me just doing me.
Okay.
That's just me just being me. And then you're asking about me. I don't know. I'm just being me. But then people, when you said big on social media or whatever, I think people actually follow me for value.
Yeah.
They know what I'm worth. They know what I know. And they don't necessarily know what I know, but they know that I know something.
Yeah.
That I'm valuable, that I have something, a lot of stuff. Yeah. And then that is one reason why I think people actually follow me. And people actually, if it's about just followers or whatever, people can actually buy followers.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And I'm not even someone who has ever celebrated followers or be happy that I have followers, or because I don't see it as an achievement. I see you actually living the life as an achievement. So me, this is me, whenever you see me post whatever once in a while.
So it's just you.
It's just like you guys, you know that I am smart and also have the money.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Compared to people who appear to be smart.
There are some people that actually show their lifestyle on social media, but when you go to learn from them, you just discover that these people don't know how to pass shit.
Yeah.
But there's some other people that will show it, and you come and be like, man, that guy is deep.
Like people don't even have, but still have something upstairs.
Yeah.
But one thing about that, I think I actually get where Rondo is coming from about not being where you want to be and telling someone, which is simply this: you cannot give what you do not have. Yeah. For instance, now, remember I said I didn't get considered profitable until last year. Yeah. Imagine I was coaching people 2022 when I was not considered profitable myself. Yeah. What would I have taught them? You getting the point now? I've taught them the same thing I knew back then. That wasn't really. But last year when I got profitable, considered profitable, I taught them this. I taught people the same thing, and if you see the results, I was able to replicate myself in other people because I know what I was doing. Yeah. I know what got me to where I was, and I was able to easily replicate the same thing in other people, and people got. Yeah. Do you understand? Now, imagine if I didn't know what I was doing now. My videos now that I dropped on YouTube for free, I'd gained over 500k views.
Got massive views, I saw that.
500k views, and if you see the comments, people always come in with their testimonies. I passed my fourth frame, and I did that. So imagine if I was still the same person from 2022 that dropped videos. Yeah. You think people would? It's not because people know me. It's what people that I know. Do you understand? That's basically it. So I think Rondo was simply talking about not giving that exactly.
I understand.
Do you understand? So it's more of the lifestyle. People don't really care about you. People even want you to, be on the same level as them. So So it's about you knowing yourself. I just want people to know that not that I really want people or even care. It's just me being me, and also sometimes let people know that I mean, even just last night, I think I posted my life in September 2021 to 22, 2023, and this year you can see, like, you can actually see the growth and all that. Yeah, I was a different person. That's a different person. This time last year, I was driving a Lexus IS. Yeah. Do you understand? So imagine I was trying to teach you how to drive a Mercedes, but I am driving a Lexus IS. How would I tell you? Do you get the point? Yeah.
Because you have to experience the life before you're able to pass the life across.
That is it. It is easy for someone who has made 100 million to teach you how to make 1 million.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Yeah. But someone who is within 100,000 trying to teach you how to make 1 million, do you listen?
At all.
So that's basically how it is. I'm not trying to tell people or show people my lifestyle or whatever. Show you that, I am who I am. This is my lifestyle. It's something you want to be like as well. Because trust me, when it comes to trading, people will say don't front lifestyle, whatever. People have front lifestyle or whatever. There are people that have lifestyle that motivated me, that wanted me to. Because if I didn't see all this things, I wouldn't believe all these things are actually possible. Look at me now.
What is serving as an intimidation to people is serving as motivation to other people. So,
bro,
do your thing.
There was this guy on Instagram or TikTok. He had two small screens. And I used to look at him and like, Jesus, when can I get screens like this? But I knew I could. Look at me now. This screen alone, bro, you actually buy a car. I think about a Mercedes. Everything you see here, we buy an expensive Mercedes, expensive one. But I started from just seeing someone having it, I have two Mercedes, bro. I started from seeing somebody drive one highest, as far back as 2021, seeing how they drive the highest. I was like, I'm living life, making 1 million. This guy was making 1 million naira then, we saw the life. I was making 1 million naira and he posted and like,
so it made you say that it's possible. And to some other people, they will say, why is
so if people see that as being, as oppressions or whatever, I just think
that's their own cup of tea.
And even trading is all about money. Trading business. What actually happens? What do you actually lose whenever you lose money in the market? It's not money. When you make something from the market, everything revolves all about money. Yeah. So whatever you do with your money is whatever. So most time people are trying to sell people anything. For me, it's just my lifestyle. I'm someone who can just go off for a week, 2 weeks. I come back, I shoot my thing, and I leave. That's just me just living my life. Some people, obviously, trying to sell something because that's what Nigerians want, or probably African people. The lifestyle, they sell it so you can buy from them. And the next post you will see, after posting my car now, the next post you will see that follow is it. I mean, not me, basically. Them, join mine. Yeah. Do you understand? For me, it's different. It's just like my own lifestyle. Me and my guys, the boys go out, travel. You would not see the next post is not be.
Join us.
It's what it is. We are just doing it. It's just our life. Do you understand? That's basically how it is. So,
so lastly, before we go into the last segment of this, there was something that happened recently. With one, I stumbled upon a post of one Jamal that was asking people for I think pro fear.
Say less. I know. I think I remember. Yeah.
It was attacking different people, and
One thing is this.
And you have to show him proof, and he didn't send you money. He blocked you.
One reason why I think I wouldn't reply was because he tagged Abby, he tagged Casey. He started with Casey, then he tagged Abby, and then every other person. He was tagging their students.
Yeah.
Saying their students should provide, or anyone in Kenneth Signal Group should provide
track record. Yeah.
Now, but when he got to me, because in his comments section, right, they were all tagging DAX. What about DAX? What about DAX? So, no, right? It's nice. But then when he got to me, he tagged me directly and said, DAX, if you can provide the 20 providers 3 months. I was like, that means he thought I couldn't get it.
It was coming for you directly.
3 months, my FX book record, and you're gonna make 20 million naira. I saw the screenshots. And I was like, well, she's good. 20 million naira. But you tagged me directly. And I searched for his name to quote him. I realized I was blocked. I was like, I didn't even know who this guy is. Because I'm not really to that person like that. I just put my thing and leave. So I don't even know who this person is. So, and I don't know what I did. I took the listener actually got the picture of the tweets. So I said, hold my beer. So since you're challenging other people here, that means you should have what you're asking of others here. That means now I'm asking you to, okay, show me a proof that you bought a Benz. I'm telling you that you don't have it, right?
Yeah.
That means I should have it.
Yeah.
So I thought that, okay, this is a very nice, 20 million naira is not, I mean,
It's not bad money.
over $10 million now. But I give it to my followers now. Other people are actually suffering. They actually need money, schools and all that. So I said, okay, let's give it to him. Just 3 months. I did one which was the 10,000 I told you to do.
Yeah.
In 3 months, I traded that. It's a matter of fact, over 6 months, I traded that account profitably. And I posted the results when I was in Qatar. I posted the results in January.
Yeah.
Or February, the same result. But you know, to seem as if it was a different listing.
Yeah.
But I actually posted the same result I posted in January. And I actually, I think I asked him as well. Now, I've given you my result. Number one, I'm giving you an alternative of 2 hours or whatever to provide my 20 million. And that's not all. Since you could challenge me, I'm telling you as well, show me a withdrawal proof of 50,000, because after I tagged them out that you can't, that this, I think he eventually unblocked me. Then I went through his page, or probably I used my business page to go through his page. And I went through his page and I saw every profit that this guy posted, they were all demo. There was no there was no withdrawal
No
proof.
proof of withdrawal.
I'm telling you, like all through this guy's page. So I said, okay, show me a 50K withdrawal proof, then we can converse, you and me, we can know that, okay, I know you're actually worth my time. But before then, give my 20 million naira, this is my own results. Give my 20 million naira. 20 million naira, I didn't see. At least show your own 50K or my Facebook record. I didn't get any of them. That's why I just blocked the guy off. It's not even worth
just chasing.
all the time. He just wanted, I also saw a tweet where he said it wasn't all of that, so he could get students could come to him instead of all these other guys.
Can you imagine?
That was when I knew that this one is
Not serious.
just this wannabe. And then he was claiming to be American or even living in America. Then in one of his life, he said that he's living in my estate.
Yeah.
But you are in America, bro. You're not Nigerian. That's what it was. That's what I knew. And this one is not.
So it's not serious. So
It's not even worth the time. And if he didn't like tag me directly, asking for my own honesty, I would have just ignored him. The fact that he actually tagged me directly, because he was so sure that I wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't tell him.
Did he explain who
DAX. I don't know. Maybe they didn't tell him that this person you're tagging is DAX. So
It's DAX. So
it's not. I don't want to mention names, but I don't know who he takes me for. When it comes to trading, I don't know. My life is my life. I eat day and night, sleep and time with trading. I even try to get better daily. Like it is something I put my energy, my day and life into. You will not even see me. Well, that kind of person. I mean, you guys just don't give him cheap publicity. Make him popular for rubbish. I bet people should even unfollow him, because there's really no value.
Yeah.
To be very honest. So, okay.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an amazing time with DAX, and I've learned a lot from him, and I believe that from the points that we have discussed, I believe you guys have also learned a lot from him. And right about now, we're going to be going on a short break, and when we come back, we're going to round up this interview. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this amazing episode. And right about now, I want to play a short game with Dax. And this is coming as a shocker because I didn't tell him beforehand. This game is completely outside forex trading. We just want to test it. You know, Dax is very good with the charts, very good with trading, very good with business. Let's see how well and how smartly he can figure these things out. So I'm going to hand over some papers to you. There are things written on it, and you are going to decode what it really means or what they are trying to pass across. It could be a sentence, it could be a word, it could be a phrase.
All right.
Do you understand?
Sure.
So I'm going to pass it out. And also, if you encounter difficulty, I might give you hints to the answer. All right?
All right.
So let's start. Are you ready?
Sure.
Don't disgrace your fans. So
I probably will.
this is the first one. So what is the riddle talking about? What is it talking? What can you deduce from it? What can you see?
Language.
Okay, you can see language.
Yeah.
Okay. What else can you see there?
Age.
Where did you see age? There's a 4.
There's age in it.
Okay.
There's a 4.
Okay. Should I give you a hint? So it's trying to say something. Let's say, okay, you are a Nigerian, so that means the language that you speak is English. Now, what happens if you speak any other language that is not English? What would you call that language?
Me?
Yeah.
Yoruba.
No, let's say maybe you speak a language that is not English, that is outside Nigeria. What would you call the language?
Probably Spanish.
Yes. Okay, let's say maybe you speak Spanish. What would you call a Spanish language being a Nigerian that is speaking English?
The Spanish language.
You call it a foreign language.
The foreign language.
Foreign language.
Foreign language. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So you got this first one wrongly, but it would prepare your mind for subsequent ones. So the answer is foreign language.
Foreign language.
Do you understand?
Okay.
All right.
Let's try again.
So the next one. What is the riddle talking about? What can you see?
Running empty.
You can see running there. What else can you see?
Empty.
You can see empty, okay?
Empty, yeah.
Now let's imagine. So let me help you with the answer. Let's imagine you went somewhere, right? And when you were about to leave the place, you discovered that you were very low on fuel and you need to run back home. Okay? Now if you do that, what were you doing, or what did you do with your car? Now look at the position of running. Where's the position of running?
At top.
Is okay. So what is that? Is a phrase.
Yeah. Running empty.
Running is where is on top of empty. Abi? So running.
Running empty.
No. Running
empty.
No. There is a word that you need to qualify. Running
on.
What's the position of running? Is where?
Okay. On empty.
Yeah. So say it.
On empty.
No. Running.
Running on empty.
Yes.
Running on empty.
That's the answer. Oh. Running is on empty. Running on empty.
What the fuck is that, bro?
So Dax, don't disgrace me in the next one. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, so this is the next one. So what can you see? You can see what?
Lost.
You can see what?
Lost.
You can see lost right in the middle. Okay, what can you see to the left?
It is G. So that's
No, read it from down.
Making.
Okay. Now in the middle you saw what?
Lost.
How many lost did you see there?
Two.
How many lost did you see there? It's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Here.
And what is to the right hand side?
Time.
So what is the phrase?
Making lost time.
Now look at the making. It is spelled upward, Abi.
Yeah.
So now say the phrase making
up lost time.
No, there's 4 laws there. Making
Up, lost.
no, how many laws? Just say 4 laws. Making
Making up for lost time.
yeah, that's the
Making
answer.
up for lost time. Oh, this
Making up for lost time.
Wow.
Making up for lost time. Am I stressing your brain too much? Should we continue? It's just 10.
Aye. That's wrong. This is okay.
Okay, let me give you one. There is one I want to give you. There's one I want to give you. Okay. What is this saying?
That is good.
No.
Okay.
Inside the good, you can see something there. You can see.
Aye.
Okay. The eyes is what is. I think it's the eye is looking somewhere, right? So what is it trying to say? There's a phrase. DAX is. The eyes is what is looking, right? And you can
That
see.
is looking good.
Yeah.
DAX is looking good.
DAX is good looking.
Okay. Oh, good looking. Nice one.
Okay.
That's
so
good though.
so the last 3. Let me give you one. Let me give you this.
All right. And on deck.
So what can you see there?
Okay.
Yes.
And on deck.
Hmm?
And on deck.
Now you can see 3 ends, Jabi. So that means all the ends that are there is what? So what's the phrase?
3 hands on deck.
No. There's a particular saying that they used to say, like let's say we all want to work together. I would say let's all all.
Let's all
How many help?
put hands on deck.
All
Together on deck.
all and
All hands on deck.
Yeah.
All hands on deck.
all ends
All
on
hands
deck.
on deck. Because I actually got the on
All ends on
deck.
deck.
All right, that makes sense too.
Okay, so let me give you this one and you decipher what this is. This is the next one. So what can you see there?
Dark humor.
You can see,
DAX.
okay, what is in front of it?
Man, this is
Hmm?
very signature.
Okay, so what was that? Just say it.
DAX signature.
Yeah, DAX signature.
Oh, DAX signature. Holy Jesus Christ.
That's your company.
Man. Yeah.
So let me give you the last one. As we round up this session, I don't want to give you all the 10. Let me give you this last one. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
So that is DAX signature, your company. Yeah. So let's do the last one. Have it. So what is this saying? What can you see on the left?
Log.
What can you see on the left? On the left.
Left, there's a can.
A can. Okay, what's in the middle?
Candlestick.
Yeah.
Candlestick.
Yeah, candlestick. Congratulations.
Honestly, I tried to. I got about,
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about to blow the head of DAX, and I think he tried.
Okay.
Fair enough. Even though initially it was kind of like, Mr. Pick, what was it that you're bringing to this podcast?
very cool.
It was an amazing time with you. And before we round up, I just wanted to, say one last word there of advice to Forex traders that are trying to attain profitability. Just give them advice as we round up.
All right. So one thing is to always strive to be better than you were. Yesterday, 2 days ago, last month, 2 months ago. Because like I said earlier, yeah, the market is very, very dynamic. I mean, if you should have noticed that, yeah. Forget about what everyone says about trading just one system or focusing on one thing for a very long time. Of course, that makes you a very good trader as well. But still, look at the lives of those who actually just focused on one thing for the past 7 years, 5 years, whatever. Look at their lives and tell me something different. But that trading lives, I'm talking about people who actually have other streams of income, but those are actually trading. Look at lives of those people who are just trading one particular thing all over these years. Take a look at how their trading journey is, like the actual trading. See if it's actually the same as you knew them. I mean, I don't want to mention names, but just take For instance, someone who you actually hold in like high esteem now, someone who is popular in this space and whatever, take a look at those people many years back when it comes to trading wise. Look at the results they were getting then and compare it to the result they are getting now when it comes to trading. Then you realize that to actually stay consistent, somebody else making money now. It's about staying consistent with or actually making money off trading consistently. Like getting better should actually be your priority, because the market is not your friend, right? What made you money last year might be making money this year as well, but it's gonna be like little difference, because the market was never designed to actually make you money. It was designed to make you lose money. So you need to be open-minded, understand that there actually better information out there, right? And this is not about you just jumping from here to here, jumping from here to here. It's about looking for the best kind of stuff, right? And let's assume you already know, like, at least TA, right? You're already good with TA, right? You should try to like look for something something that actually beats it, or probably gets more results than what you are doing at the moment. Trust me, if you actually have that kind of mindset, every month, every year, you will just actually keep smashing the market. And it's not about just learning new things or learning whatever. I remember what I said about what I used to do back in 2022, learning this and that. It's all about getting, a specific kind of system, but being open-minded to actually refining it, getting better at it and mastering it, because mastery, when it comes to trading, mastery is key. It's very, very important, because if you don't master trading, if you don't master your mind as well, you're just going to be in the same loophole and all that. So to just cut it all short, ensure that you're open-minded to learning new things, getting better at your craft. It's very, very important to get better, like be very, very good than you were, which is, so no one, for yourself as well, but then also for the fact that no one would actually call you out just like they did, and then you'll be able to defend yourself because you know that you're actually not doing something right or whatever it is. Just ensure you're actually improving, because improvement is actually very, very important. It's very, very crucial to every trader. Improvement, and that will be that. You guys stay tuned and subscribe to the channel. I think I've seen about 2 of your videos.
Yeah.
The one with Rondo, which actually got me interested, and I saw the one with Mr. Andre as well.
Yeah.
And then Tough recently.
Yeah.
I'll actually show you. I was watching it like last night. So this is a page or a channel that you want to stick to. You learn a lot of stuff from talking, and you can always go and come back, pick a thing or two, then go back to your chats or wherever it is, or part of your life, or one aspect of your life that you want to apply these things to. I personally shared a lot with you guys today already, so you can pick a few things from it and add it to your personal your growth or as a trader or whatever. So that'll be all for now. I'll see you guys at the top. God bless.
So Dax, thank you so very much for honoring my invitation to actually come and impact the lives of everybody watching. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, more power to you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of another exciting episode of Forex Trading Straight Talk podcast, and I believe that this podcast will go a long way to affect, to have a positive effect on how you think and how you put your self-development in trading to give you a better trading life ahead. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do not forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications so that you can always get videos first time when I release them. And till the next episode, bye-bye.